Right.
So, we are absolutely thrilled to welcome you to the 19th podcast episode of Let's Talk. A heartfelt thank you to our new followers for your support and encouragement. Our podcast is not just another conversation, it's a deep dive into the inspiring stories of our guests. If you're here to aspire success in your career, you've come to the right place. Don't forget to follow and subscribe to our channel. Without further ado, let's get started. It's Let's Talk, and I'm your host, Aisha. So, to start off, today with us we have Mr. Saurabh Surendra. He is the Senior Director of Engineering at a private sector company. Welcome, sir.
Thanks a lot, Aisha. Pleasure and honor to be here.
It's great having you, sir. So, he has over 27 years of experience in ERP, Cloud, and AI. He's also the alumnus of IIT Kanpur and IIM Bangalore. So, he's passionate about leadership, innovation, and building team. So let's dive deep into his journey and get to know more about him. So, to start off, sir. So, you've built a remarkable journey spanning 27 years and progressed as a senior leadership role. Looking back, what are the most critical decisions or opportunities that has shaped your journey?
Well, Aisha, I think I can narrate possibly two or three key understandings that I developed fairly early in my career, and they continue to shape my decisions even now. I would introspect and look back and at things that I worked on and I'm proud of. And on most occasions, I saw that those were the things where I had pushed my boundary. I had gone beyond my comfort zone. Right. So that's when I realized that if we really want to achieve something, we need to get beyond our comfort zone. Right?
Sure.
I worked across multiple job functions and technology products, having had a wide variety of responsibilities, including engineering, leadership, organization transformation, capability building, and all of those had their own challenges, which pushed my limit and expanded my perspective. Another thing that I would say is to look beyond technology. Technology is an enabler, it's a tool, but its real worth is in the value that it provides. So for me, far more important questions are what problems we are solving or what business outcomes we are orchestrating, what capabilities we are building. If that shift of mindset from being driven towards technology outcome or technology deliverable to business outcome, that has been a key aspect of my journey. And then I would also say that I've been an avid learner, with humble curiosity, absorb knowledge wherever it comes from, and actively seek knowledge, which is both broad and deep. Right? So one may call me a certificate junkie, but all these certificates or certifications that I have accumulated over the years have helped me tremendously in expanding my knowledge and also benefiting my career, including the AI certifications or be it the being the certified independent director.
So that's really an inspiring journey, sir. So moving on to the next question. From ERP to cloud and now agentic AI, you've witnessed multiple technology revolutions. So what do you think makes current AI wave fundamentally different from the previous transformations and you have experienced?
In one sentence, I would say that ERP and cloud they assisted us in how we do our work, whereas AI is fundamentally changing the work itself. Right? It is no longer only about efficiency and scale. It is now about better decisions. AI, if you think about it, has entered the cognitive layer of our work, reasoning, analysis, decision support. And now with agentic AI, it's also about orchestrating the work itself. It, Another key differentiator for AI is the extremely low entry barrier. Cloud itself had reduced the entry barrier for enterprises by reducing the operating cost because enterprises no longer need to maintain and own large systems. But with AI, especially generative AI, right, the technical prowess required for somebody to truly experience its power is nearly zero. Students, lawyers, doctors, they now can build software applications which can help them in their work. I heard that there are electricians out there who have created web apps using AI, using which people can book their services. So English, if you ask me, is the new programming language. Right? We're talking about AI-led transformations. Let me also bring in the India context. We know that India is now the favorite GCC destination of the world.
Yes.
There are so many GCCs. In fact, if I'm not wrong, in the last 1 year alone, more than 100 GCCs have opened, net new GCCs have opened in India. Right? Global companies are reinventing the nature of work, and are also infusing AI in both in the products as well as the internal operations. Right? And this is the time when India's AI proficient workforce have the opportunity to create the next inflection point. Right? And entities like SNS, I believe, would play an important role there.
Yeah,
Right?
definitely they are part of it, sir.
Yeah, and you know, all my best wishes. I'm pretty sure you would do a great job in playing a pivotal role there.
Yeah,
But I also think that talking about AI-led transformations, it is important to understand that we need to strike a balance. Right? AI is a tool,
yeah,
but it's not a magic, right? In the enterprises still need strong data foundation, human judgment, governance, right? All that is still required. The winners in this race would not be those companies who adopt AI the fastest. It will be those companies who kind of reimagine, redesign their work around AI.
definitely. Sure, sir. That was really an amazing answer. So, moving on to the next question. So, the power of partnerships. So, in today's technological landscape, so innovation rarely happens in isolation. So, how important are partnerships? So, whether with customers, startups, academics, or technology providers in driving business growth and its transformation. How do you think partnership works?
The partnerships is important, extremely important, right? We are, if you think about it, Asha, we are living in great times, right? The lines between the partners and competitors are blurred. You may be partnering with an entity in one area and competing with another, right? And you're right that the entities, organizations cannot work in isolation. They cannot work as an island, right? We talked about GCC earlier. For GCC, it's all about partnership. Whether it is with the global business around partnership for vision and execution, then it is for the customers. Right? Customers partnering to understand what is it that they really want, what is important for them. It is it usability, reliability, speed, cost, innovation. Right? Going beyond what is stated and understand what is really required, what is it that is needed. But then there is, we need strong local partnership with service providers, innovation partners like SNS, academia, not only for hiring, but also for learning and development, right? Training their existing workforce. There also, academia partnership can be extremely vital. Like I said, no organization can serve as an island. And I think the ability to build strong partnership network is the key leadership differentiator of future.
That's really a wonderful answer, sir. So, when it comes to like high performance teams, so you've led so many large performance teams like engineering organization. What are the key traits they define high performing teams in the era of technology that changes than ever?
High performing team, if you there are four things, and this is on my fingertips because I this is my bread and butter. Right? So the four things which I feel are extremely important for high performing teams are purpose, ownership, learning agility or learning culture, and psychological safety. Right? There has to be a clarity of purpose in every individual of the team. Right? Why we are doing whatever we are doing, that has to be very clear. If the teams look at themselves just as delivery engines, they will behave as delivery engines. But if they understand the enterprise charter, the business context, the value that they provide, right? Then that is when they can go beyond and become capability owners. Second thing is, I said, is ownership. Right? The teams which show ownership, high performing teams, they go beyond just the task delivery. They look at user experience, stakeholder trust, long term outcomes of their actions. Right? So that ownership is what uh, moves a team from execution to leadership. The third one I would say is the learning culture and learning and sharing knowledge both. And learning does not mean how many courses you have done or how many certificates you have amassed. It is more about what you have learned, how you have grown. Everybody should be able to say with confidence that they are smarter today than they were yesterday. Right? And the foundation for all of this is the psychological safety. Right? Everybody should feel safe to speak up, to raise risks, to challenge assumptions, and even admit mistakes. Right? If somebody makes a mistake, they should not have any fear in admitting their mistakes.
Yeah.
Right? That is where the maturity in leadership becomes a very vital part. So these four things is what I say. And these are not a recipe, right? Of these alone do not guarantee anything. But what I have observed is that high performing teams, more often than not, show all these four traits.
That's really wonderful, sir. So, moving on to the next one. So, if you could give a piece of advice to every student, professional, or aspiring leader listening today, what would it be and why?
See, things are changing way fast, faster than what we are used to, right? The skill half life is shrinking like anything. So the most important thing that I would say people should, uh, students, you said aspiring leaders and young professionals, right? They need to focus on the ability to learn. They should learn how to learn, right? If you think about it, we send our children to school to learn science, maths, languages. Then they go to colleges and learn engineering and coding, management, finance. Then we send our young professionals to skill trainings, some skills that they can use in their jobs, leadership workshops, soft skills training. But all those trainings, we make it out like just transactional, right? You learn a skill, then you use that skill to be successful,
Definitely.
right? But like I said, the skills half life is shrinking. What is important now, what you learn now, is important now, but it may not be important 5 years from now. In fact, in many fields, even 5 years is too long a window. So, what is important is how quickly we are able to learn and relearn things, right? So, if for students, I would say that do not focus on studying to clear exams. Study to learn, right? Experiment, create things. Young professionals, I would say, do not slot yourself to one tool, one technology. Right? Be open to learning. And for aspiring leaders, there is no end to learning. Right? They should not look at learning as an event. Every slip deadline, every challenge, every meeting, every coffee conversation, all of those teach a lot of things if people are open to learning. Right? So the people who would be successful a decade from now are not necessarily the people who know the most now. It is those who can learn, relearn, and unlearn faster than the world around them is changing.
So, let's move on to a fun rapid fire round session. So, startup or an enterprise?
I would say enterprise for me, but with some traits of startup like speed of decision. Yeah, but enterprise with global processes, those work better for me. Yeah.
Okay. Coding or strategy?
Strategy is more important. Though strategy alone is just theory. We need, it is just textbook theory. We need coding to put that into action, but between the two, strategy plays much more important role.
AI co pilot or human intuition?
AI co-pilot or human intelligence, depending upon what task I'm doing. If it is about speed, AI co-pilot. But if it is about judgment, ethics, leadership, human intuition.
One skill every student should start learning today.
Problem solving, that will never get obsolete. The problems, new problems will come, but the skill of problem solving would always remain. And that is one thing which I don't think we teach our students in a methodical way. There's a science of problem solving, there's an art of problem solving. That is a very important skill to have.
That was really great, sir. So, one final question. So, imagine it's 2035 and you're giving advice to your younger self, and you have set up beginning to your career. What's the one thing you would tell him that could change everything?
2035, I don't think things will change a lot from now till then. I do not know what the world would look like, but if I were to give an advice right now to my younger self, I would say be more open to ambiguous situations. And like I said earlier, right, that people should not slot themselves into specific tools or technology. That will be advised to me as well, to not do that, right? To not identify yourself with a certain technology or a product. Be open to learn and take more chances. Take more chances and see how the career evolves rather than trying to engineer it right from the beginning.
So, that was really great, sir. It was really an inspiring session, sir. So, I think like most of our viewers would have gained most valuable insights from this. So, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks a lot, Aisha. It was a fun time having this discussion.
Sure, sir. Great. So, until next time, this is Aisha signing off from Let's Talk.